very lovable. Like, he just loves to cuddle or play.
A member of their family missing, taken at gunpoint.
The kid just kept like swinging the gun and was like, don't.
Tonight, this family now wants you to join their mission to get little Loki back.
Just return him back to us unharmed.
Plus, they've served the Arvada community for more than 5 decades.
Of all times, it couldn't be any worse.
But now thieves are leaving this business owner out thousands.
But essentially, that's revenue walking right out our door, because those are items that we rent to customers.
And what to believe? Conflicting information on a coronavirus vaccine coming from the federal government. Tonight, we are hearing from so many of you in response to our 360 report.
A couple enjoying some time outside with their dog are now fighting to get their furry little companion back.
The dog was stolen at gunpoint by 2 teenagers. Denver7's GUAJARDO spoke to the pup's owner, who's pleading for his safe return.
He's high energy, very lovable. Like, he just loves to cuddle or play.
A perfect addition for SHAWN ROZINSKI and his girlfriend.
He has really big floppy ears, like he'll trip over him.
With a mischievous personality. It's why they named him Loki. The nearly 3-month-old dachshund puppy held the key to their heart from the moment they picked him up 2 months ago.
Loved him ever since.
SHAWN says he was walking with his girlfriend and Loki on Utica Street near Nettymore Playground on Thursday around 7. SHAWN says a group of teens approached them asking to take photos with Loki. When they said yes, he says one teen pulled a gun and took off with his dog.
I was like, is this real? And then when I looked down the barrel, I could see the bullet.
The threat didn't stop SHAWN from fighting for Loki.
And I started to like try to get in the car, like try to open the car or open the car door or reach in and grab him. The kid just kept smacking, like swinging the gun and was like, don't.
SHAWN had plans to train Loki as an emotional support dog. Now, he's just trying to keep it together.
He was a big part of the family, even though he was around for 2 months.
Denver police have identified 2 male teens, but no arrests have been made. In the meantime, SHAWN put out ads on Instagram and Facebook. He's even reached out to the community for security camera footage. Crime Stoppers is offering a $2,000 reward to bring Loki home. Tips can remain anonymous.
Just return him back to us unharmed.
GUAJARDO, Denver7.
Brighton City Council member Chris Giordinelli was censured tonight at the meeting. Last week, he admitted to Denver7 that he had taken medicine and drank alcohol before a virtual city council meeting.
A cat will eat the brain of an old lady. So this conversation is just pissing me off.
Giordinelli apologized tonight for his behavior and for those comments. City councilors say they need to hold themselves to a higher standard. They say they understand mistakes can be made, but they also insist this cannot happen again.
After several outraged Westminster residents contacted Denver7 over their sky-high water bills, the city announced today they will hold at least 4 special sessions to discuss water and sewer rates. And we heard from residents who say their bills are 10 times higher compared to last year, some with $900 water bills. The city will hold its first session virtually on Thursday, October 8th.
A staple in the Arvada community is contacting Denver7 to get some help finding the man who stole thousands of dollars of equipment over the weekend.
That equipment was stolen from a tool rental company. And Denver7's Gary Brode spoke with the owner, who says it's heartbreaking and it's just bad timing.
A thief in the night caught on camera.
You see this guy come into this frame, it's like, this is clearly a guy that's up to no good.
As Andrew Haysacker's employees were starting their shift, they noticed something was wrong.
When the guys got here early in the morning, they noticed that the lock was cut.
The suspect coming into frame, and at one point you can see him throwing a leaf blower around his shoulders onto his back and walking off.
It was mostly lawn and garden type equipment, a couple of demo saws, 4 or 5 of those actually.
Haysacker says about $8,000 worth of tools was stolen from him.
Essentially, that's revenue walking right out our door, because those are items that we rent to customers, and now we don't have them available to rent. So it really makes things difficult into the future.
And the timing couldn't be worse.
Everybody's doing fall cleanup on their houses right now, and now taking those items out of our rental inventory it's gonna be tough.
Arvada Rentals has been around since 1964.
On a smaller scale, yes. You know, we have had incidents through the years, but nothing quite this severe.
The video is tough for Haysacker to watch, but he's hoping the more eyes that see it, the better chances of bringing this person to justice.
It's upsetting, absolutely, man. It's I would be lying to you if I didn't say I was, to a large extent, upset about the situation and angry.
In Arvada, Gary Brode, Denver7.
A Lakewood woman is desperate to bring her husband home from the hospital, but their insurance company won't cover a breathing machine that doctors say he needs to live. Gerald Lowe has congestive heart failure and at one point was on life support. That was about a month ago. He is doing better now, but he's still in the hospital. And Charlene Lowe says doctors tried a BiPAP machine, but it wasn't strong enough. So now they're recommending an AVAPS breathing machine, and they won't let him go home without it.
You don't get to choose whether a man lives or dies. The doctors say he needs the machine. He needs the machine.
The couple's cost of care has already neared $40,000 in medical bills. United Healthcare says members have the right to appeal their decision. So right now we are waiting to hear back with more details on why they will not cover the machine.
Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg's body will lie in repose at the Supreme Court building tomorrow and Thursday so the public can pay final respects. And then on Friday, she will become the first woman in history to lie in state at the U.S. Capitol.
And tomorrow's the deadline for Denver middle and high school families to make up their minds about in-person learning. You can choose either in-person or online learning, and if you do nothing by the end of Wednesday, your student will be automatically enrolled in the virtual program.
All right, we're just days away for the Broncos fans actually getting back inside the stands at Empower Field at Mile High, and today we've got to look at what it's going to look like inside. Floor signs and bathrooms in front of concessions will help fans hopefully maintain that 6-foot social distance. There are more than 39,000 of them around the stadium. Face masks, of course, required, and those working in the stadium also will be wearing gloves as well. And there's a new 500 hand sanitizing stations.
I just think it's a win for the fans, and if they pull it off safely and there's no, super spread factor or anything like that, which I don't think there's going to be, I think they should be able to increase it throughout the next handful of weeks.
And as for the fans, they'll be seated in pods with at least 6 feet between each group of fans. 5,700 fans total will be allowed inside. That's about 7% of stadium capacity. And if you're thinking about going to the game, well, it's not going to be cheap. The going rate now for a single seat at Sunday's game starts at $200 and goes up to more than $2,000.